Dr.Sera
And
and
Sarge.
Sarge channel. And today we have another exciting topic we're going to cover. It's kind of like a series where we have been talking about self discipline, self development, and then all this is really to help someone and to be able to pursue your dreams or to be able to reach your goals. So there are a lot of stuff that one should consider. So last video we spoke about two, how can I call that, like two important things you should do. One was being having perseverance and also having
Yeah.
focus concentration.
They're healthy habits to get into.
Yes, thank you for that.
Development.
Yes, I was just looking
Character
for the,
development.
that's too annoying. So, and today we're going to talk about two more. What?
Character traits.
Okay, or habits you can develop.
Two more character traits.
They're
That would
not
be
really,
all right. Two more habits that will
Yes.
help you.
because you can develop those habits.
Yeah.
So, today we're going to talk about consistency and attitude. So, I'm going to really focus a little about the consistency. The problem we have many times is just like when you're doing something, we tend to do it like for a period of time, and when you don't see the result right away, many people tend to give up. It probably happened to me because sometimes you follow a dream and you were hoping to get the result like within a month or 2 months or even a year. When it takes longer and you start getting like, disappointed or feel like, it's not working. To me, when I think about consistency, is like if I want to work out, you can go to imagine if you go to the gym and you come back and look in the mirror, you will see nothing really. Nothing will change. Like at the second day, you can come back and look at yourself, still nothing change. Imagine if you say like after 2 or 3 days, you're like, I feel like it's not working, and you give up. You will never really experience the benefit of being consistent, going there every day for 5 days, whatever your plan may be.
Even when you don't see results, that's the key.
Exactly. That's where I was heading. Many things that work in life, it's consistent. Like even a marriage or relationship to work, you have to be consistent. You can say like, today it's not working. He's mad at me. I said sorry. Nothing's changing. It's not gonna work. You give up. So that's how we treat. Most of the time, that's we approach life or our personal goals in the same way. Like even when you're not seeing the result, something is cooking. Something is going on. All you are required to do is really being consistent. And before I can just give my husband the time to talk about something else, we have to differentiate a routine and the consistency. Like most of us, we wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth, you make a cup of coffee, you go to work, you come back. That is not a consistency. That's like a routine. And there's somebody, I don't remember who made that quote, that like a stupidity is something you do every single, you do the same thing and expect a different result. Basically, what I was talking about, the routine, by me waking up every morning and I brush my teeth, make coffee, go to work, come back, I will see there will be no difference. I can't see anything. But being consistent, it's like I'm building something. It may be a business idea, it may be a skill I'm trying to learn, it may be a language I'm trying to learn, something. So you have to be consistent, and if you have set a time to do that thing at certain day, just be consistent even when you're not seeing result right away. Just knowing that something is happening, before you know it, you will get there. So basically, I just want to encourage somebody, be consistent. Do not look for, there's somebody else who said, there is no shortcut to a place worth going. Success is not something, or reaching a goal, it's not something that is really that you can take shortcut to get there. It requires work. it requires all of those other things we have talked about before, the perseverance, self-discipline, and everything, including consistency. No matter what happens, stay consistent, stay on goal, stay on course, you will get there. So I think I would just yield the time to my husband.
Yeah, so what I want to talk about is attitude. And it all of these really tie together nicely. Because if you have the right attitude, you will be consistent, right? So there's an old saying that says your attitude is your altitude. And basically, a good attitude makes everything better, at least seem better, okay? If you look at everything negatively, you will take on those negative feelings or views that you see. Yeah.
And you will see more negative around you.
Yeah, you will. You're constantly. It's like when you buy a car. Like, whatever car you get, you may have never noticed that car before. But because you drive that car now, you start to see your car everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. You're focused on it now. And so when you're focused on negativity, that's what you're going to see and be. Okay, and one thing in life is we're all going to face setbacks. We're all going to face failures. But your attitude is what can get you over them setbacks. And it determines how you will face and react to those setbacks. Right? And a positive attitude will help you find light in darkness. You'll find
something good when everybody else is seeing something negative.
Yeah, one of the worst personalities to be around is someone who is constantly negative.
Or pessimist.
Yeah, like even success they get, they're just negative. They've achieved so much, but in their mind they're just focused on, something's gonna go wrong. It's just a bad attitude. So attitude will help us find hope in a hopeless situation. It gives you something to look forward to, like consistency. If you have the wrong attitude in her illustration of working out, you're not going to see results, so you'll quit. But if you have the right attitude to say, I'm going to go all the way with this, I can see myself in 30 days how I'm going to look. You're going to start to be consistent because you have the right attitude.
Basically, consistency, the right attitude keeps you focused on the big picture. Because the little stuff you're going to meet, as he said, we all face setbacks. But if you just keep the big picture ahead, if it's like a losing weight and that's what you're focusing on, and you see yourself down, you have shed like a 50 pounds or 100 or something else, you keep that big picture. Whatever you face here, you just keep that in mind.
Right.
It keeps you.
And no matter what situation are in, and we're not trying to minimize your situations, because life can really throw us the worst kind of situations that people can face. But the one thing we have to remember is that situation's not going to change. No matter what it is, it happened, and you can't change that. The only thing you can change is your attitude towards that happening.
Why waste your energy on something negative when you can be positive? And in this life, one thing that is guaranteed is change. And sometimes we cross our fingers. I remember one of the videos we made before. I was talking about how we tend to blame. It was titled if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail, basically. So we tend to blame everything around us. Those rumors. I reacted this way because I said that. But at the end of the day, when you go through your list of blame, you have blamed everything. Right. It's the choice. It's the attitude. It's the way of looking at that. I'm not going to waste my energy on this. My goal is to get there, and I have to be consistent. I have to have the right attitude. I have had somebody who give something that really kind of helped me about the attitude. He was talking about a lion, saying that lion is not the biggest animal in the forest or in the animal kingdom. It's not even the strongest, but it has the right attitude that it can just look at the elephant, double the size, and go like, oh, I think this is gonna be my lunch. So it has that attitude like you're going to be my lunch, and the elephant will start seeing himself or herself as a lunch. Then, you know, basically with the right attitude, it weakens the bigger and the stronger animal because of the attitude. You know, he's so confident. Really, the right attitude brings confidence in you, and you just like when everybody's negative, you're just like seeing, as he said, you find light in darkness. It basically you find a positive in negative situation. You can look at this, and you say like, okay, I think this happened to push me. So as he said, we know life happens, and a laugh will be thrown on your way. But in every single situation, look deep and learn. Get a lesson from whatever is coming on your way, but keep the right attitude. Like a lion, like, you know, I'm going to get there.
Right. And what's going to change if you say, you know what, I'm going to get out of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're taking a positive attitude,
Yes.
right? So if you get out or not get out, that's not the point. You're having a powerful attitude about it. So one thing I admire so much about my wife is she has a huge testimony about someone in her life who didn't use the best words or encourage her and things and stuff like that. But instead of allowing that to define her as, oh, I'm inadequate or I can't do this because this person said I can't, she used it as fuel. And that negative energy became the motivation for her. Mm-hmm. It became the fuel for her drive.
Exactly.
The minute you allow their words to have an impact on you, they define you.
And that's the world around us. I do always say like there's a lot of negativity out there. If you focus on that, you will see a lot, and you will fall victim of anything. When we say about this word, it's not like we don't face any challenge in our right. journey to our dreams or our goals. We do. But again, it's the right attitude is being consistent and saying like, you know, this is there, but we will get there. So when you have, as he said, like the only difference is like giving up and having the right attitude, saying like, I'm gonna keep going. I'm going to keep being consistent and doing what I'm doing mm-hmm. to get there. And that's really where the difference is. And I believe that the difference between people who achieve more and those who achieve less is just attitude. There, like the attitude you have. And you know, sometimes I always wondered, like growing up and looking around, and sometimes like when the economy crashes, people are crying, other people are enjoying making money, and you're like, I'm making money. You're like, how can somebody be like enjoying this moment when everybody else is crying? It's really, the difference is not like the person is not seeing what is happening. The difference is like, what can I do during this situation? What can I do in this negative force to turn it into positive and focus on that? Otherwise, you will be depressed. You will have all kind of like really I just lost my thoughts.
Discouragement?
Yeah, discouragement. You can't, and also, if you really want to be consistent and have the right attitude, also you have to surround yourself with a positive energy. Surround yourself with the people who love you, people who support your dreams, people who encourage you. But you may have the right attitude, you may really have it all, but if you surround yourself with the negative energy, they're gonna really suck that energy. I remember like my husband is really, he has a lot of good things, but one of it is he has this beautiful heart of loving people. So he used to have this friend who always was negative, but the friend didn't have anybody else around him. So my husband would go just hang out to just keep the friend company. And then because all the person did was like nagging and everything around him was a negative, he would come back home so frustrated and he's like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, why keep going there when you know you're just gonna come back miserable? It's like, I'm not going back. Like a week later, it's like, I feel so bad. He's alone, he's lonely. Let me go back. And it was like a constant. I'm like, until he just, like, you have to just, at some point, you need to let it go. You can't keep negative energy and hoping for a positive energy. It's not going to work. You have to surround yourself with a positive energy to keep going.
And people with negative energy will drain you.
Oh, yeah.
And once you're drained to the point of sickness, they'll move on and drain someone else, and you'll be depressed, and your situation's different. But in your life, you're always going to be judged. You're always going to be talked about. There's going to be rumors. You're always going to have hardships, bad situations, right? But those things will always exist, and like we said, it's how you react to it that makes us different, and elevates us. So we just want to say, believe in yourself. Don't seek approval from other people. It's good to be encouraged, good to be approved, but whatever's in your heart, God put it there. He approved it. You don't have to search around to test the waters to see, can you do this? Because 9 times out of 10, it's the people you want
to support you who are not there.
Yeah, exactly. And that hurts the worst, is when you feel the people you hope to help or would expect to help you
will be there when you need them. And just as he said, just believe in yourself, and the right person. Like in our lives, we all know that we have some friends that they're really negative energy. So the right person to go to. It's just because sometimes we hold on stuff we don't want to change. We don't want to accept the change. But if you really want to make a difference and differentiate yourself from those who don't want to change, you have to make the hard decision, even if it means that you may lose some people on your way, just because they're not seeing your vision. So what? Just follow your vision. You are here for a purpose. Follow your purpose. When you're done, and once you reach your vision, guess what? Those people will come back to you and like, we know it. We always know that you have these, but while you're there, they're pulling you back. But don't let or allow a negative energy.
Yeah. So let us close with a challenge and some encouragement. Next time you're going through something, I mean, it's life. We all go through it. Every one of us has faced incredible odds or circumstances in our lives that have really put us down. But next time, just take this attitude, because it helped me a lot. And next time something happens, remind yourself, as much as you've been through, there's not one situation you've never made it out of.
Exactly.
As long as you're here, you have made it out of every situation. You can think back at times where you thought, man, how am I going to get out of this?
Exactly.
How am I going to pay this bill? How am I going to pass this exam? How am I going to do this stuff? But you made it out of everything.
Yes, and something else to remember is that as those who believe, the Bible says there's nothing under the sun. Basically, whatever you may be going through right now, someone else went through and they came on the other side victorious. So just keep that right attitude, because we promise you, it's life, things will happen. But it's the way you approach them that will define your tomorrow, your success story, or your failure.
All right, so thank you
so
for
much.
your time.
Don't forget to subscribe and share and leave a comment, and we love you guys.
We love you.